Hey, it's Liam. So this course is a great one, but before we get into the meat and potatoes of it, I want to ask you a question. Will you marry me? Now, if that sounded weird, if that made you spit your coffee out all over the screen, then good. This is kind of what it's like if you ask a client right from the outset whether they'd like a proposal, what the pricing structure is, and more commercial aspects like that. It's kind of akin to, in normal relationships, on a first date, asking somebody for the hand in marriage, that proposal. So this module is all about the bit that comes before that proposal. So the bit directly between getting somebody as a lead, having some passive interest, and converting that, building desire, nurturing up to a point where they're ready for that proposal. And the proposal doesn't make them spit the coffee all over the screen. So what does that mean then? Where it starts. So we're talking about transitioning here. We're talking about transforming a prospective client from the realm of being possible as a possible client to probable. Now, let's first define possible. So if you've followed the previous modules and if you've generated a clearer idea for who your prospect is, and they cover all three areas of ambitious, able to pay, and accessible, then they're a possible client. What's more, when you've been able to build a little bit of attention, take them to a website which has been optimized as per the previous modules and generates an interest, then they'll give you their email address. Now, it's about what we do after that, what the process looks like from here. So at that point, at the point of giving you their email address, they're possible. There's a possibility they might be a client. And you'll get a lot of these, you might get 100 in a month. But you'll only get 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe that are probable. This is taking somebody, building enough desire, nurturing them well enough, establishing enough rapport so that when you give them that proposal, there's around about a 70% chance that they'll say, yeah, where do I sign? So it's about taking them from possible. So they're possible if they've given you their email address, they're possible if they match that AAA criteria, ambitious, able to pay, and accessible, but they're only probable when you can be pretty sure that when you give them that proposal, everything that's gone before it will ensure that it's just a matter of saying yes and just a matter of, agreeing the final price. So that's what I talk about when I'm talking about probable. So the purpose of this module is to build enough rapport, build enough desire to take somebody from being possible, a possible client, somebody at the top of the funnel in traditional sales speak, and taking them to a point that they're probable. There's a high probability, over 70%, that they will say yes to your proposal. Now, there are a few steps that come before that, and that is the purpose of this module. Because a lot of the time it's just missed, and it's not necessarily your fault. You'll have probably had lots of clients who have called you, emailed you, or whatever, asking for a price instantly there and then. What they're trying to do is jump that period of nurture. And more often than not, as you've probably found, when you give somebody a price straight out the gate, there is no context, there is no feeling of desire, there is no explanation really as to what's behind that price. And as a result, you'll probably lose most of them. They're possible at that stage. They've not been taken down that path from possible to probable. And that's what this module is all about. So what does it cover? Well, yes, it covers email. Yes, it covers automated email sequences. Yes, it covers social media. But what I want to stress, as with all Freelance Lift courses, is that there is no one formula here. This isn't a secret turnkey solution. A lot of the time, it just isn't like that. What I propose is that it has to fit the worldview of your client, plain and simple. If that means that it's mainly offline that you're doing this nurturing and rapport building, meeting them out and about where they hang out, or if it's email only, or if it's telephone only, or if it's Skype only, or if it's a mixture of all of these, it's just got to be right for your specific audience. Remember, all the things that we've done before this to really get inside their head is all leading up to this kind of stuff. How will they best react to some of this content? How can I best get them from possible, then giving you an inkling that they would like to work with you, to being probable, where they're almost begging for the proposal at that point? So it's just however it's going to be right for your audience. So we'll go on to, in this module, some of the ways that you can do that, some of the paths, some of the things that you're going to need to really cover, and we're going to get it all done. And by the end of it, what I want you to have is a clear path, really, from taking somebody from giving you their email address on your site right through to being ready for the proposal. So there's a few steps that it covers, which we'll go on to in the next couple of videos. And then we're going to go from there to really build it out, how it looks for your particular situation, how it looks for your dream client. As I say, the overarching objective of this module is to build desire, build rapport, nurture a prospect from possible to probable. So let's do it.